I don't know how we turn it around. I don't know. Someone way smarter than me is going to have to figure that out. But we do need to collectively come together with the like-minded people and people with the same moral compass to let people know when they've gone too far. If you can't call your best friend out and say, hey, motherfucker, you went too fucking far, then you need to get a backbone and stand up and do it.
Well, fucking 100% man. 100% I agree, man. You can't tell your friend over and say, yo, you're going too far, you're being a fucking asshole. Because you're worried about repercussions coming back at you. That ain't your friend. That's fucked up.
I think a lot of people have a huge misconception about how Dateline moves, and people that sit there and say, when Dateline calls out something or makes a video on something, people then they jump on that moment, okay? That moment, they'll jump to say, oh, but what about Jake? Because you're friends with Jake. Meanwhile, she just has started talking to Jake again. Every time he does something she don't like, she cuts him off. That's a fact. She'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. I'm telling you that. She quit coming to chats altogether because most of the people here now are pretty gross. But and I'm really not coming, like me and Kimmy, we worked it out, right? Because it started with Kimmy commenting first. So Dateline, I'm not saying she's back, but she put up a video this week to Abe. See, Abe thinks ain't nothing coming for him. What's up, PDX? What's up, Kenny? Abe thinks nothing's coming for him, but I know better, and we'll just leave it at that. And so that was kind of Dateline's little ode, to here's what you did, and then here's what you said about people who thank you guys and subbed from Jake's. Well, thank you for the $2 super chat. She just made a little video, showing what he's done to Dina, and put in like Abe's own words about what can happen if you do things, like how you can go to jail, and who wants to go to jail, because you got to decide if you're going to be gay or fuck yourself for the rest of your life. And so she was just making a little video, and it turned in the comments are full under it, because it turned into, what about what Jake does? Why don't you call out Jake? Well, first of all, raise your hand if you've been here more than 2 minutes, because I know Courtney, I know Barbie, I know Stitches, I know they can tell you about all the things I said and called out on Jake for what? Well, thank you, Sarah, for the $10 gifted membership, and fuck Diddy demon ass douchebag. Did I not war with Jake and call him out and say all the most vile things you could say to somebody for like a year? I believe that happened. It's just, it happened on Jeff and Lisa's panel, or on my personal panel, or like at Tanya Z's. Okay. So if you weren't here for that, then I guess you can understand that you think I'm like, don't call Jake out for his shit. I don't call Jake out anymore, because back then he wasn't the norm. Back then he was the outcast doing shit that the rest of us were not doing. Okay, this is no offense to Jake, and I'm sure he will tell you himself it's accurate, but Jake is the one who's actually done real life shit, not just use words. He's done it more than anyone else I know. I know a couple of people, but we probably run in different circles. But yeah, Jake's with real life. He's done some fucked up shit that I don't agree with. I didn't agree with what he was doing to Barbie at all, and he knows that. But I'm getting to my point. My point is that I fought with Jake for a year. Then I put him on block for 2 years. Okay. So when somebody says to me or to Dateline, yeah, well, he did that, and I called him out for a long time, but then I'm not calling him out anymore because I'm over with that. I've had my war with Jake. I'm sorry if you're now having your war with Jake. Okay. I'm not. We're not besties. I don't sit and chat with him. We're not, I'm really not even here that much anyway. but I don't have an issue with him anymore. Now, if he's doxing your children and doing some funky shit like that, hell no, I don't fucking agree with that. I don't think anybody should be bringing anybody's family. It doesn't even have to be children. I don't care. When you have to go to my family to make yourself take a W, you just took a L to me. Okay. What's up, Jamie Hicks, honey? I think you should keep the beef between me and you. If you want to dox me and that's the way you roll, dox me, but don't go for my kid. Don't go for my mom. Yeah, and Barbie girl, we're gonna talk about that because he better give people their money back, little Mr. Scamming ass, e-bagging ass fool. But anyway, but here's what gets me, okay? Is because I've had my war with Jake and that's over because Jake allowed it to be over and left me alone for like a good 2 years, right? He left me alone. And I was able to let it go. Okay. However, my war with Abe is very personal. Okay. And even though he might leave me alone for a minute, he never really leaves me alone. Okay. And he has done and said the most foul and funky shit to me. Okay. Um, he really has. I mean, he's talked about putting Savage in a meat grinder. He's talked about kicking me in my brainstem. He's talked about how Tom needs to beat my ass. He's talked about SA and my daughter. And that's just 4 things. I got a list that goes on and on. Okay. But I digress. My fight with Abe is personal. And here's my question for all of you people that are coming, and I get that I'm not coming at y'all sideways because I don't feel like y'all were coming at me sideways in under Dateline's video. And I feel like Kimmy understood me after we talked last night, okay? And we ended on good terms. She said, you know, like I get it. She said she gets it, right? And that's all I'm saying is I want you people to get it, okay? I want you people to understand that I have never once, when I have seen you in Abe's or Mark Terry's, stopped liking you or thought any less of you or judged you or came at you and said, oh, but what about what Abe did? Right? What about what Mark did? I've never done that, okay? And why is it that none of you go live? I've said this before.
Yeah, why don't y'all get on y'all's and fire up that live stream and use that same passion that you're using to come at everybody in the chat to call people out yourself, okay? Yeah. Stop trying to control people in comment sections, okay? Especially when you're not anybody. Okay, nobody. The ones that call other people out, you're just trying to get somebody to do your job because you know if you went live, you wouldn't have but 2 people over there listening to you. So you try to get people that go live all the time and have people come in there.
Be your mouthpiece.
Yeah, be your mouthpiece and stop doing that because I don't really give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna go where I want. Yeah. I don't care what that person did. If I go somewhere, I don't care what the person did. You don't know the reason I might be there.
Right.
I might be there to troll. I might be there to talk to somebody else in the chat. It's really none of your concern. I'm 59 years old, okay? And I go where I want, and I do what I want. And if you don't like it, you can make up some lies like you always do. And stop wanting us to call people out. We tried that. Y'all called, didn't you say we was lying? Then when we don't call them out. Right. So now who's the one obsessed? Because y'all the ones that still wanting us to call people out are the ones still going on and on and on and on because you have nothing else.
And Jake and Stitches are not even friends, yo. Okay?
Yeah, so, Jake's a dickhead. I'm just saying.
He can be. So why is it not, that none of you do go live and call this stuff out? Why is it that you wait till we go at people that we have an issue with and then be like, oh, what about XYZ? Thank you again for the super chat. Love it when folks talk shit but never go live. Exactly. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Or what about Billy Bob? What about Suzanne and Jan? What about them? What? Just because others that you have an issue with is a problem for you doesn't mean that I'm supposed to call them out. And let me tell you why, okay? I did that. We did that for a long time. It did me no good, okay? Even when Stitches and Tara call them out, it don't change their behaviors. They're all still creepy people doing the same old stuff years later. And they still have people that call themselves our friends in their side chat, Magda. And I'm okay with that. Go where you want. But, I mean, you want us to call out people, but why? Where are you? Why are you not calling out Abe when he threatened to kick in my brainstem, essay my daughter? Why are you not calling out Abe? You should be, if you have this much passion, you should be on your panel calling out what you got to say about Jake, what you got to say about Abe, what you got to say about, as Icky calls them, all the bad seeds. Okay. And he threatened to, you know, put Savage in a meat grinder. That nobody was offended. Nobody's offended by that, right? Okay. But at the same time, why should I, Stitches, Dateline, any of us, why should we call out your enemies when you don't call out my enemies? Isn't that also the definition of select outrage? I mean, get the fuck out of here. That's what they were saying under the comments is, oh, this is select outrage. I guess at this point, don't we all have selective outrage? I mean, don't we all just call out what offends us and when it's us? Because that's what I see. I see you saying Jake did this to me and Jake did this to me and Jake did this to me. Okay, well, Abe did this to me and Abe did this to me and Abe did this to me. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something right now. Other than my friends and Kimmy K, no one really called Mark out. No one, for wishing that my cancer would kill me when I was going through treatment. No one really called Mark out when he was supporting that fucking cringy, what's his name? The doxed you.
Oh, tragic.
Tragic. What about when Mark was over there calling Stitches a pedophile and me a pedophile supporter? Where was your outrage? You know where your outrage is? The moment I or Dateline are doing something against our enemy. What's up, MJ honey? Then it's like, what about Jake? What about him? What? You think anything I say or do is going to change what Jake's doing? It's not. And if he's not doing it to me or one of my close connected friends, and he's not, it ain't my business. Okay? Just like I told you guys, me and Stitches told you guys when at the beginning of the year, before we took the break, we were getting sick of it. Stitches said he don't give a fuck no more, right? I said, I'm not sticking up for people no more because y'all don't care. You only care if it's happening to you. I used to care if it was happening to you, and I watched you not care when it was happening to me. Okay? So no, I don't care. Do I? That don't mean I don't agree. If Charlotte was saying that Jake doxed her daughter, I don't know if that's true. I didn't see it. That's fucked up if he did. I don't know, but doxing someone's family is fucking wrong. I don't agree with it. Mark has wished most of our deaths. Exactly, Barbie. Jamie Hicks said, I called that shit on my channel, Tara, but the video didn't get many views. Well, thank you again for the $2 gift and membership. Guilty by association is a norm. Yeah, the guilty by association. What's up, Resi, honey? I say hey to you, Doria. I feel like if people left when the shit happens, the channel owner might get the hint no one wants to stick around. And that's all we can do, okay? All we can do, like when Jake and them were going up at Barbie the other week, Jake and Taylor were going at Barbie the other week, okay? I stood up for a second, and then I'm like, you know what? It's time for me to make my dinner and stuff. I'm just going to exit because, I mean, I've said what I needed to say, and I'm not going to sit here in this side chat while my friend, which I consider Barbie my friend, is getting trashed.
Hello, Penny Pincher.
So, I mean, all we can do is leave. And I plead with you guys to stop it. You look ridiculous. You don't pay my bills. You don't pay my internet bill. You don't feed me. You don't fuck me. You don't finance me. And the ones that are complaining to me don't even really talk to me in private. So I wouldn't even consider you anything more than an acquaintance. So why am I supposed to fight your battle for you?
You're too high maintenance.
Who is, me?
Yeah.
What? I mean, that's sort of true, but not really.
I'm just messing with you.
Kind of. I mean, you know.
I'm just messing with you. Yeah, so I don't know. And then another thing is the reason why people they get away with it so long is people let it slide. They let it slide. You let it slide till they do it to you.
Right.
And then when they do it to you, you want to call all the people out that they done it to previously, trying to garner some support. And the people look at you like, well, where the fuck were you when they were doing it to me? This is what Tara's trying to say.
Yes.
So,
What's up,
just
Tricia,
like Charlotte, I heard her name.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks we're supposed to care about something that's done to her when she didn't care when she's sitting over there with Sir Stupid Cunt. And, Sarah, I said the word. And, calling me a pedophile for no reason because he's mad because I was going to
Jeremy Claypool, you said in the side chat that I want because I go somewhere.
I say hi or hello to somebody.
Is a character from a UK children's TV show called Renegades.
You supported him. Hell,
Oh my goodness gracious! What kind of weird shit are you on?
What the fuck is that?
Tara, can I clarify?
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
The Charlotte thing earlier. Can I clarify this very simply and clearly?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Charlotte?
You don't know who Charlotte is, Larry? All right, hold up. Go ahead, Jake.
She sits there and condones everything that Britfag says about me and my daughter, etc.
That's true.
She has sat there and said my daughter doesn't exist. So why
she also supported Britfag talking on Stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. She supported Britfag with everything against Dina, against Kiwi, all that shit. But when she supports him about my daughter, why would I fucking give a fuck about her daughter?
I mean, I get that,
apparently
Jake.
18 years old.
Listen,
she's
Jake.
18 years old.
Listen to me, Jake. I don't care if my daughter... Listen to me. I got your back. I don't care if my daughter's 5 or 25. You talk about my kid, fuck you. I'm coming at you as hard as I can. Like Lena talking about Steve's grandchildren, calling them nigglets. Like, no, fuck you, bitch. No, we're done. You don't talk about my grandchildren. I agree with you, Jake. You know I agree with you. And I also understand where you're coming from. Because everyone wants to call you out for all the bad stuff you say. And there's a lot of shit you say that I absolutely do not agree with, okay? But
I agree. I don't agree with it either.
They want to call you out, but they want to go sit in the side chat of people that do the same shit to other people they are not enemies with. And so fuck that. I'm not going to let somebody dictate whether I'm going to be friends with you or not. Me and you, we had our beef. We worked it out. If you got beef with somebody else, they can work it out with you. If they talk on your daughter, that's fucked up. If people say, oh, his daughter's not real, well, let me tell you something. Hold on, Jake. Let me get my rant through. Let me tell you something. Morticia Adams is my girl. And she is her and Miss D, they learned how to dig deep. They learned how to find everything. They found out who Jake was. They went and talked to Jake's brother. They went and talked to Jake's mother. They posted up the Family Feud episode, right? And guess what they couldn't do? They couldn't say that his daughter wasn't real. Do you think if they're on the phone with his mother or his brother that they're not asking, oh, did he really have a daughter? They never discredited that. Not once. So if you're talking about Jake's daughter, you're taking the L. And don't cry if he talks about your daughter.
I don't think anybody should talk about anyone's kids, to be honest with you. Real or not
Larry.
real, I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly say about what you're saying about Dateline and the Kimmy K thing earlier. Kimmy K, I've been telling you this for the last 24 hours, but maybe this will get through your thick head. Dateline, from you sat there and you said that you used to go at Isaac and call him out years ago. Well, Dateline fucking called me out for a massive amount of shit for the first 3 years.
And me.
It's like, so she spent years calling me out. So if it's okay in your world for you to now not call out Isaac's bad shit, then why is it not okay for Dateline to do the same thing?
Isn't Isaac shit old though? And I'm not defending him, but isn't it old? Like does he really do
It's
that
old
anymore?
as fuck. It's old as fuck, Larry.
He still
I
does
agree.
shit. He tried to suicide bait fucking Nixie. He's fucking gone after Nixie's family. He went after my family. He went after fucking all this shit. So you can't say it's all old, Larry.
No, I don't pay attention. So
Listen to that.
This just goes back to the time that I got the DMs from Isaac where he told me he was going to try to get me to kill myself. He's like, I'll help you kill yourself, KYS. And that is a internet term for that. So basically, I think that, you know, he does what he does towards me because that is his ultimate goal.
I don't pay attention.
He makes it very clear that he focuses in on people and their deaths or deaths in their families. Just recently on his community tab, he
but the only time people care is when it
was posting about someone's death. This isn't the
all
first or
have
the 15th or the
selective
30th time. And I think that that's what they're aiming for. But I want to tell you something. That's not even close to where I'm at in my headspace.
I doxed your baby. So what difference does it make if I'm giving you the same love now?
I didn't even know Rachel had kids. Good.
Oh yeah, Rachel's got kids.
You know,
Yeah.
remember when
no
every
idea.
time you heard my name for years, Rachel, you said that I fucking doxed your daughter when I didn't. Remember that? So don't complain if I say that you dox babies now. I'm just giving you the same love you gave me.
You know, see, that's what I see. Everybody is playing off of what somebody said.
Right,
Which
PDX.
95% of it is absolutely not true.
It's all reacting. Flex is a selective outrage. PDX. That's absolutely 100% true.
God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Rebellious in all ways, been sinners since birth. He knew that it would happen when he put us on this earth. We demonize religion, brought corruption to the church. We know the price of everything, but we don't know the worth. We spend all of our time idolizing false prophets. Comparison's the enemy, stop watching others' pockets. The social system's broken, we divide on every topic. They fabricate the truth and we all monetize the gossip. We know the problems and we see them but don't want to change. We're desensitized to every issue cause they let us profit off of people's pain. In this dystopian age, we are the game that he plays. And all the evil, deceitful people should shake our faith. I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man on earth at different levels. He knows the king we serve, so he hates and meddles and prays that we all burn and turn to rebels. He tried to get my soul, but I'll never settle. I walk this lonely road from the burbs to ghettos. I'll take the gift bestowed and return a vessel. I am the one they chose. Our God is an awesome artist. In perilous times we seek his grace as the world and the times we face turn fake in the face of the devil's mirages. In the midst of the pain just stained in the media's push of all this garbage, I pray that you keep your faith as the whole world breaks and the real get disregarded. It's about time that we take it back. The weight's too great for the camel's back. Strong men made life an easy task, and now the weak men feminize every act. In the church, in the workplace, every class, on the television screen, in the state of rap. All virtues gone and it's fade to black. We in hell on earth and it's gon' collapse. Integrity's lost, hedonism we incentivize. God's on the way the revolution will be televised. Gone too far, don't know if we can rectify. At those gates we will testify. So I'm saying it now so they counteract clockwise. We are living in times where the wicked is all rise. The intelligent fall while the stupid is all thrive. And the real get pushed aside.